What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Al King with Storm Dagger Films, back on that again with another banger for y'all today. And y'all, doing something a little different right now for this video. I usually talk on this channel about Marvel news, Star Wars news, pretty recently a lot of Jurassic World news. I'm pretty much a person who covers a lot of news outlet for new movies and stuff popping off, and also giving my movie reviews as well. So as I see a TV show or movie, I critique it. That's typically what my channel is mostly for. But I do talk about filmmaking and acting from time to time, and this is one of those videos today. So in the title of the video, guys, as you can see, I've been acting for 3 years and been into just the entire entertainment business, for about 3 years. And I've done a lot of stuff what I'm about to get into. And basically, guys, I'm just going to share my thoughts and, how it's been, my future, my outlook, my mental health on it, and just moving forward and growing within this business and really trying to take myself to the next level. And not just that, I also want to motivate you guys too. If you guys are already in the business, some of you guys haven't got roles yet, some of you guys only got a few roles or only getting extra roles, whatever the case may be, whatever you're at, hopefully this video can motivate you guys and just keep on pursuing. But so let me talk a little bit about how on earth did I even get started with acting. How did I jump into it? So it was actually, I think I was about 21 years old. This was back in like 2021. I think I started looking into acting at 2020, but I think I really got into it at like 2021, I believe. And yeah, it's 2024 now, so about 3 years I've been doing this. But I jumped into it because I saw a couple of ads pop up, and my boy, my bearded dragon over there, Flame, he getting down, so excuse the background noise. He ripping and running. I gotta clean out actually a lot of my reptiles enclosures today. But anyway, not to go off topic, but I saw this ad pop up here, actually 2 ads the same day. I saw one for Backstage and I saw one for All Casting, and I jumped on both of them. I jumped on All Casting first, and I got my first role. In fact, I need to get back on All Casting. I haven't used All Casting in a little minute actually, but I hopped on All Casting and I just started applying for stuff. Didn't really have the best photos, but I just say, you know what, let me see what happened, because at the time, I just really I didn't really see no point in acting and all that stuff. But there was a time when I was younger when I really did actually wanted to go into acting. But I started getting into it, I started trying a little bit, and at the time my confidence just wasn't there as a kid, and trying to read off a script, and it was a bit much. I didn't really do theater or do plays and stuff a lot like that during high school or even middle school as much. So like, confidence wasn't really there. But I will say, like, as I gotten older as a teenager, I was really aiming pursuit towards social media only, trying to build a social media presence. And I'm still grinding with that to this day. But at the time I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was kind of just posting anything. Never really knew how the algorithm and all that stuff really worked. Never knew the type of niches and things I should stick with, because at the time I thought, well, I'm just gonna post variety, and that didn't work out so well. So it's crazy how you just grow and evolve over time. And yeah, so now here I am back at it again, still content creating, which I love. I'm gonna get into that a little bit more in a second. But yeah, so I saw the ad and everything. I said, you know what, let me go ahead and give this a shot. I only been content creating, and let me try acting and see what this is about. I know I wanted to do it before as a kid, but at the time, didn't have the best confidence, and then on top of that, it was just expensive. Still to this day, acting gets expensive, guys. Like, no joke, it gets up there in prices over time. But my parents was like, "Oh, that's a lot of money for acting classes." So yeah, I didn't get to do it when I was younger. But I say, you know what? Wow, I had no clue you got websites out there. You can go ahead and apply and get acting roles. And my first film I ever got casted for, and I look back and I was like, Lord have mercy, my acting was just ugh. Still working on that all to this day, But like, so my first film I did, it was called Awaken. I'll try to leave a picture up here and probably the link in the description. You guys can go watch the short film on YouTube. First film I ever did, had a blast on it. And shout out to Tiffany Ware. Yeah, she casted me back when I used to live in Tampa, Florida. I don't live there no more, but I'm a Texas boy now. But Florida is always home. But yeah, you know, I got casted for my first role back over there, and you know, I really had a blast doing it. We shot in like multiple locations. Had fun with it. Yeah, I got paid. I'm not gonna disclose the amount, but you know, it wasn't really much. But at the end of the day, it's not about the money. When you're first starting out, it's generally about growth and building the connections, and it really does take time within this industry. So that's really how I got started, and I just never quit ever since. And year 3 and I'm still going, and I'm just like, man, you know, yeah, like I'm still evolving. I'm still getting casted for stuff. Now, in terms of agencies, I haven't, well, actually, I'll take that back. I have been with, I'm not going to say them, the name of them, because I'm not with them or nothing like that. But I don't know. I just don't like throwing out my information like that. But, you know, back when I lived in Florida, you know, I was with a agency and everything. And I did acting classes and stuff. And they were expensive, too. But, yeah, you know, like, it was worth it. You know, I learned a lot. It was basically, it was pretty repetitive. But yeah, it was great. I met a lot of new people and just kept on evolving. So I did that for about like 4 months, maybe 5 months, you know, acting classes. I need to do some more actually. So yeah, I did some acting classes back in the past, and yeah, back in Florida. Acting classes are essential when you are an actor. Do not forget that. Don't sleep on that. And now let's fast on forward to a little bit more projects I've done. So same year, when I first started acting, 2021, I got casted for another film. Supposed to be an extra, but I did got some speaking roles. And shout out to my buddy Anthony. You know, keep on going, man. You know, he's a small filmmaker. He's only like in his 20s, just like me. He's like a year older than me, and dude's making, you know, lower budget films. You know, he's literally making everything work. Like he's taking the little stuff and he's just making it work. So shout out to him, you know, and that's really how your acting career is going to start off anyway. You know, you're going to do smaller stuff that's not going to be the highest quality just yet. But also at the same time, you know, those people who were with you from the beginning who didn't have much, you need to keep them boys close, because as you grow and elevate, like, you don't get those people often. And when you do, guys, like, it's very important that you keep those guys, like, close, you know, because, like, never forget, guys, where you came from and the people that help you get to the point that you're at. So, you know, thank you to all my directors and everybody who has casted me, future directors, you know, you're watching. Hey, you know, I appreciate you guys, you know, and heck, I direct myself. I'm still working on my Star Wars fan film. I just been doing so much, and I'm generally trying my best to get this thing all sorted out. It's been a lot. I've been at it for quite some time. It should have been on out, but I'm not giving up. That is the whole purpose of this video, to not give up. And then on top of that, moving past you know, that downloaded the other film I had worked on with Anthony, I was telling y'all about, which unfortunately that film did get canceled, unfortunately, so I can't even leave a link or nothing so you guys can see it. But I still got the demo reels and everything. Some of you guys probably, if you watch all the way to the end of this video, you can see some of those clips mixed into my outro. So I got it mixed up in there too. And then also fast forward, other projects I worked on. At the time I did have t-shirt companies, you know, a while back, and I shot my own commercial. Some of it is mixed in my outro, as you guys can see. And then on top of that, fast on forward, you know, when I left Florida and I went out here to Texas, my first feature film that went to theaters, like pretty recently actually, this year it made it to theaters. It was called Lost Souls. I got cast in that back in 2023, I believe. I think I got cast in that back in 2023. But I was an extra in that film. I was supposed to have a few lines, but the lines ended up getting cut. So, you know, like, but you did see a clear shot of me in the background. And yeah, I had a blast on that film. Like, biggest budget production film I ever worked on, and it's my first film that ever went to theaters. So 3 years, and even though like I say, you know, when you're an extra, you don't really make much, little to nothing, but at the end of the day, that's still more stuff that's going on your resume, and acting does take time. Now let's talk about other things I've done in entertainment. So the biggest thing I've done recently, earlier this year, I think it was earlier this year, but I was a talent agent. I didn't do it for long, just because it was tough because like Julie, I was juggling that and another job, like my main job and talent agent, and it just got way too overwhelming, and I ended up leaving being a talent agent. But at one time I was a talent agent, you know, for actors and, you know, models. And honestly guys, like the area I live in, Texas, it's not really known for like filmmaking, although it's here, don't get it twisted, it is here. You just gotta know the right people and connections. But you know, back when I was a talent agent, I learned so much how everything works on the back end. Like it had me just like, wow, this is how everything works. So like I was on computers, I was calling people back to back, scrolling through emails, setting up Zoom calls, and it really boosted my confidence a lot. Like I was already doing sales before in the past. You know, I used to sell internet at one time. So when I jumped over here to being a talent agent, I'll definitely do it again. But I'll probably do it again in a different city. But you know, it was fun. I really loved it. I learned a lot, and it really taught me a lot about the business in general. I saw all the flaws, you know, in the business, you know, and it's really just come down to money. A lot of people just don't have the money to get into, you know, this type of industry. You know, like it does take a big chunk of change to get into it, even though it's not much technically, but still it's a lot of money to come out of pocket for a career that's all over the place, you know. But you can still make it by using websites like Backstage. Now I do have my link below. You know, Backstage, you can literally apply from all these roles and stuff from home. You don't need an agency, no middleman or anything like that. You just set up your profile, watch a ton of YouTube videos, take some decent photos. In fact, I gotta do a decent photo shoot pretty soon actually. Yeah, probably today. I'm gonna set up my cameras and stuff and get everything right, because your boy dyed his hair, he got a new look going. You know, hope you guys like the new look. Also got recently tatted. You guys can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, new tattoo. So you know, yeah, I gotta update the photos and everything, so stay on top of your photos. It's a lot that goes into this. But yeah, you know, I used to be a talent agent. I met a lot of new people, and yeah, it's so much stuff that goes into this industry, guys. Like, but you gotta stay consistent, you gotta stay on it, and just keep on going, guys. Like, I know to most people hearing everything I said for 3 years and everything, oh dude, you really didn't achieve much. Oh, you're just now going on to a theoretical release, and you only got an extra role. Like, come on. Like, I admit, guys, yeah, I haven't really achieved a whole lot of success just yet. I mean, not even financially by a long shot, but you got to keep going, guys. Like, and heck, not just with acting. Like, guys, there's so many benefits that helped me with acting. Like, when I got into acting, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like y'all see how I look pretty decent now. I didn't always look like that. Now, my looks were pretty good actually back when I was a teenager, but after high school I fell off. I ain't gonna lie, your boy fell off after high school. Now, not meaning to go too personal, but you know, like, my mom passed when I was 18, and then even take it a step back farther, my parents went through a rough divorce, and then on top of that, my dad walked out of my life when I was a teenager. So there was a lot of factors I had to really learn and just on my own, and then try to build myself up, you know. And yeah, a lot of things I just had to really catch on to. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I had to YouTube my way, you know, to learning a lot of stuff as a man. I ain't even gonna cap. I don't mean to get that deep with y'all, but you know, that's one of the things I had to really get on top of. But with acting, when I fell off and I started getting into acting, I said, wow, you know, I really need to focus on my looks if I want to have a good career, or at least the biggest and most success as possible. So I started looks maxing, and I still am to this day. Now, I'm not going overboard. I don't think I'll ever get like injections and stuff and all that stuff. I'm not doing that. I was super close of going on gear and work, well, because guys, you guys know, anybody watch the channel, I work out and everything, and there was a time when I just wasn't seeing really much results. And I ain't gonna lie, guys, I was so serious. I was about to hop on gear. Nothing crazy, but still, like, my body's still developing. I'm still young, and I really don't need it. And I'm so glad I got around the right people who steered me the right way. But I was about to go on steroids at one time. I was about to hop on TRT, even though that's not bad, too bad. You know, it's a lot of older people take it, you know, after 30, and you know, helps you keep your energy up and everything. But still, you know, a lot of us young dudes, we don't really need that stuff. So, you know, I'm glad I made the smart decision of not to do that stuff. But everything else, I have been looks maxing. I'm taking it slow, and then on top of that, a lot of people get their best bodies and best physique. Like if they stop working out and everything after high school, you're gonna fall off. My bad, guys. My camera had cut off, but I'm gonna continue the rest of this video with a voiceover. Not too much longer. This video I'm gonna make, but you know, guys, yeah, you know, like your best physiques, from what I noticed and people who I talk to, it comes in about anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Some people even say 12 years. So imagine if I would have just stayed on it, you know, even after high school, I would have been so much farther and looking so much sharper and better, you know. But at the time, you know, like I really didn't think it really mattered. I was only just chasing, you know, money and stuff. Like my mindset when I was 18, fresh out of high school, it's like, well, you know, I ain't got time for all the other stuff. Let me just focus on money and everything. But at the end of the day, if you want to feel better and you want to actually have even more drive, working out will get you there. Like, do not sleep on working out. And just working out in general has made me such a more happier and positive person. Eating healthy, you know, and just, you know, staying natural, you know. And like, yeah, I just feel like a lot of people really need to take that stuff seriously. Now, when it comes down to looks maxing, like I was saying earlier, guys, don't go overboard with it as an actor. Like, I understand it's easy to get caught up in your looks because like you're in an environment where, you know, especially if you get a higher up agency or just a lot of agencies in general, you know, like you will get critiqued, you know, all the time. You're constantly getting critiqued. And sometimes it will mess with you mentally every now and then, but you got to be able to, you know, hey, like you got to be able to push forward through it, you know. I understand, yeah, there's always going to be dudes and people just look better than me. It is what it is, you know. But don't be stressing too hard on that. Focus on your craft. These are your cards that you got dealt with and make the most out of them, you know. Yeah, don't be stressing about all that stuff and everything. Like, you can still make great, awesome progress. So that's really where I'm at. But and one last thing I do want to mention in terms of mental health and everything with acting. Me personally, I always have pretty good mental health when it comes down to acting. Are there times where I'm just like, man, you know, I haven't had a role in a while, you know, I really do want to get something bigger and everything. Yeah, of course, that's always, I think that's on every actor's mind. But at the end of the day, guys, one of the greatest things, I'm so happy. You know, my parents taught me, especially my mom, back when she was around, she taught me to always be grateful for all the little things in life. You know, just being able to wake up every day, like my body's working properly. You know, I'm not sick, I'm not dying of anything. You know, like those are the real things that, you know, really matter, and just great people around you. You know, all this materialistic stuff, like it don't matter, guys. You can't take that stuff with you. I mean, is it fun? Like, do I want to strive to, you know, gain a certain amount of success? Absolutely. I'm pretty sure every man wants to get to that type of level, or just anybody, but especially us men. But you know, at the end of the day, man, like if you're a person who can be very thankful for what you got and make the most out of the cards you've been dealt, you're gonna be a far more happier person than a lot of people. Because I know people who got more than me and who are completely miserable. And like I met people who are just looking at me and they're just like, bro, how are you so happy? Like you don't have this, you don't have that, you've been through this, you've been through that. And I'm just like, bro, like I'm alive for another day. Most importantly, I got God. And yeah, you know, just staying at it. You know, I wake up every day because I got a purpose, you know, like I'm not just like, I know so many people who are sad and upset, they just don't have a purpose. They don't wake up to something every day that they can just grind with, you know, that they can just, you know, keep on pursuing, you know. And that's really what makes me happy, you know. And even outside of that, you know, outside of just my purpose and pursuing certain things in life, you know, just being around great people, keeping positive energy around me, good influences, you know, well not always around the time, but you know, for the most part, I got pretty good influences in my life. And another thing I also want to mention, YouTube. You know, guys, making YouTube videos and growing my social media following is is definitely a big component to making it making it an entertainment. Because guys, like when you got a decent following, it's crazy. The amount of people I've seen that was able just to like just be accepted like that with agencies, and just being able to like surpass a lot of people simply because they already got a following built on their own. Like that's gonna make you stand out so much more. So, you know, guys, do not sleep on social media. I grind with it every single week. I'm not a daily poster, but I do got a set schedule. I post about about 4 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Yeah, about 4 days a week I post. And it's about, you know, a lot of movie and TV content, you know, filmmaking and acting, you know, stuff like this. So it's within my genre and within my niche, and it's done in such a way, you know, where it's just like, wow, you know, it's just pretty unique. You know, I don't see too many YouTubers like this. But yeah, guys, you know, I'm just constantly staying consistent. You know, I know like you gotta stay consistent, guys, with entertainment, because it's up and down. You just don't know. And building on social media, that's really going to help you. And you know, the more of a following you can gain, the more opportunities that are just going to come your way. You know, there is so much that goes into it, and do not rely on one thing only. Have multiple things going in this industry, which there's a lot. You know, tons of things you can look into, get into, direct things, script writing. There's like a lot. And guys, remind you, I never went to college. Like I never went to college for this stuff. I never went to college to learn how to video edit. Never went to college to learn how to read a script and, you know, do a monologue, all that type of stuff. Never learned a day in my life, you know, going to college. I just watched a few YouTube videos, and most importantly, I just stayed consistent. You know, the biggest win you'll have over people, the biggest flex you can have, is just staying consistent. You know, even when you're up or down, stay consistent. But it's your boy Al King with Store and Dagger Films. Like and subscribe, share. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be catching y'all on the next video. Have a good one there, y'all.